smaller Paroon shark catfish is chasing the bigger one this morning, and I don't know why. It happens sometimes, but rather rarely I see it. I don't see it often at all. So I thought I'd watch it and see what happens. It's got a good scratch. The smaller one got a good scratch on his back. Probably ran into a pipe. The black pacu is all scuffed up, and I see Lucy, the Distichodus lusoso, giving it a chase as well. So I don't know why. Today is Thursday, 6th day of the week. Tomorrow is their feed day. So I don't know if they're getting hungry or if the water is warming up and the spring is coming and this is some kind of, I mean, between the Paroons, maybe this is some kind of sexual behavior. But Lucy generally dislikes the black pacu and chases it, tries to bite its fins, and the pacu of course avoids it. And among the two pacu, Lucy doesn't really chase the other two pacu, but the albino pacu always bullies the big pacu, the big red belly pacu, the biggest one. They're both red bellies. One is albino, one is normal. Red belly pacu lose their red pretty much by 12 inches, maybe a little bit on the fins. And then by 1.5 feet or 2 feet, there is no red on them at all. So it's a source of confusion for many people, because red belly pacu also have oftentimes display black color below the lateral line, and in that way they resemble the true black pacu. But you can see them side by side here, and they don't look alike at all. I mean, if you stare at them long enough and compare the looks, they look different. The black pacu is oval shaped. The red belly is more of a rhomboidal shape, higher back, kind of a rhomb, I guess. The adipose fins are different, the coloration is different, the mouth is a bit different, etc. Anyhow, I turned the light on. I was watching them chase each other in semi-darkness. I turned the light on for the filming so that you could see as well, and they stopped. So I'll leave the camera running. Maybe it'll catch some of that action that I was talking to you about in the beginning between the Paroons. When Paroons get hungry, they can take down tank mates. They cannot swallow them, but they will still bully them and bite them and try to kill them, even though it's completely useless to them because they can't swallow them. That's what they did to Indian shovelnose catfish. They also killed a much bigger Distichodus sexfasciatus, probably about 4 years ago. Yeah, now I see the big Paroon is chasing the black pacu. So maybe it's not Lucy after all. Maybe the Paroons are getting hungry and I need to feed them before they kill the next tank mate. kind of strange because I usually feed them very well once a week, and they can fill up and be okay for the whole week. As I often say, housing such unnatural communities of fish that shouldn't be together requires constant vigilance and adjustment, and things can change day to day, season to season, year to year. Things can change depending on so many things, on the mood of each fish, and on the stress, on their age, sexual maturity, just a lot of things. The hormonal makeup of the water, of course, makes a lot of difference, plays a big role, because fish release hormones in the water, and the other fish feel those hormones, and they react to them, especially during courtship and breeding. The albino pacu is named Coral. He's a rescue from Cape Coral, Florida, of about 7 years ago, 6 years ago. Well, the Paroons are not doing the chasing. This little one, the smaller one, was chasing the bigger one. I think the smaller one is a male, maybe a male, and the bigger one may be a female. They're both badly stunted. They're rescues from Dayton, Ohio, from Gerber's Pets. I drove there in March 2016 to get them. So they're growing very slowly. I got them at about 1.5 feet, 2 feet. I got 6 of them. So they're growing very slowly they have been growing very slowly for the last several years. Because Paroons should grow to a much bigger size than they are right now. I mean, they can reach tremendous sizes in the wild. Upwards of 6, 7, even 8 feet. Our biggest Paroon is probably about 3.5 feet, and the smaller one is probably about 3 feet, this one. And the smaller one is the dominant one for sure. If there's any sort of interaction, the smaller one displays dominance over the bigger one. You can see the smaller one still has a dorsal extension intact, and the one on the bigger Paroon is trimmed. That's probably the doing of the dominant Paroon to make sure it exerts its dominance. The bigger one just swallowed. I mean, not swallowed. Yawned. I meant to say. There is a bigger one again, trailing the black pacu a little bit. So maybe all those scuff marks are from the Paroons. That's a cause for concern and possible adjustment of feeding schedule. Well, nothing else interesting is happening here at the moment. So we're gonna leave it at that for now. Oops. Everybody freaked out for a sec. I missed the reason what happened. I noticed Zazula is moody today too also. This is the alpha of the tank. Jao catfish, Zazula. He's been cranky this morning as well and pushing red tails out of his way, charging them with an open mouth. Now Lucy freaked everybody out. Lucy just joked away from Zazula. Our biggest red belly, coral, the albino. Lucy, the Dischichotus lusoso. Scuffed up black pacu. Graiba is for a bombing. Anyhow, as I said, there's nothing interesting or exciting going on. So that's our dull video of the morning. Thank you for watching, guys. As always, thank you for all your support.